Huh? I'm live, y'all. I'm live. I'm live. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, right. YouTube's changed some things, and, y'all, OBS doesn't really want to cooperate sometimes, or YouTube doesn't want to cooperate sometimes, and I'm not sure. So if you are hearing me, please let me know that you can hear me. I think I have 2 viewers, maybe. Hi. And, hello, Monday. Welcome, Monday, to... Okay, so what I'm going to be doing today is showing you my traveler's notebook. I set this up for more personal, private. Okay, create a highlight video. I don't know what that means, but we can do it. Oh, I don't want to do that right now. Cancel. No, we don't want to do that. Thank you. Okay. What the hell? Anyway, they've changed things. So, what I wanted to show you is what I'm doing. I'm not done with this. I'm still figuring out some things. This is a Jellyfish standard. Janelle does not make traveler's notebooks anymore. I found this on the buy sell trade group. Now, I used to be an ambassador for Janelle. And I absolutely love her traveler's notebooks. The woman that I bought it from, she was originally selling 3 of them. One of them was, I think, a unicorn, which is the really pale color. That one was too light for me. And I've had cloth standards, but I've never had a leather standard. My husband has one. So I had a wide one from Buteo Bunker, but I had given that to my friend Maya when she was here visiting me. So I am just in love with this. And I wanted something specifically for like self-care and hello. I love this cover too. I bought it from the buy sell trade group. It's a Jellyfish. But what I wanted to do was, and I put this on the front to remind myself, you know, just for self-love, self-care, and that's what this is for. It's more for personal, private journaling. And this is a Midori or a traveler's notebook company. I just took a marker. I'm assuming she's doing pretty good. I haven't heard from her in a while. And I covered that with like a reddish fuchsia kind of color because it was that regular camel color leather. And I've set it up and I'm still working on this. It's a work in progress. Now let me move this stuff so I can get this stuff out of the way so you can actually see what's in this. And we're going to talk about what I'm doing. So I also have a Hobonichi Weeks, and I'm now doing self-care in it. You ordered a Galaxy TN off Amazon. It's pretty. Oh, I bet it is. So I have done a few things in the Hobonichi. I just kind of really got going with this. So I'll be putting some things down. I charged my Fitbit last week and started wearing it again. Last week was the trial to see where about my steps were. And so I'm doing pretty good now. And this is one of the envelopes with some die cuts and some acetate and stuff in it. This is the craft folder, and I haven't really done much with it. I had my weeks in it, but the weeks makes this bulk up too much. So I'm going to be putting I guess what would be a monthly insert in there with the 12 months of the year. And then this is the envelope. And then I have another folder. And I have some stickers in here. I made this insert. And I'll take it out so you can see what it looks like. This is 52 GSM Tomaway River paper in the insert. And I decorated the cover. This is, it's like a craft, it's like a cardstock kind of thing. And I put some pink cardstock on the inside, but I got to figure out what to decorate on the inside to make it a little bit sturdier. And I did this, and now what I'm doing in this is doing a bit of, I printed this on vellum, and then this is just personal journaling. I'm not, so, you know, just, that's today's, the page is folded down. Here, we'll do that. 7.5 pages. I'm trying to get used to the standard size paper. I'm still using my B6 bullet journal. This is specifically for personal stuff, so it really won't be on social media much. Thank you. It really won't be on social media much. I'm doing self-love, self-care, my personal private kind of journaling in this because I need to have something for myself. Now I am doing bits of things on Patreon with this. I just never know who's watching on YouTube. And, you know, there are a lot of people that lurk. So then I have this folder that Amy sent me a good while back, and I put it in here because when I go on artist dates or plein air or urban sketching, if I want to collect some things, I can throw them in this. Then I redid this insert. I had started using this when I was doing it's upside down. When I had been sent a fabric traveler's notebook with really pretty roses on it. And I was going to do more of nature journaling and stuff. And these were flowers that were actually in my daughter's yard and our yard. And I have another one right here. These were in Maria's yard. This is from the 4th of May from last year. And I've got to figure out, I think I'm going to do some more stuff on here. Or I might actually frame that and give it to my daughter. But I did this, what I did with this one is I just collaged. This came from a calendar that I got from like Dollar Tree. And I added some bits, some alpha stickers and little bits of writing. Like this one says, permanent pen, rubber stamp, vinyl, stick-on lettering, glue-on photos. And then this one says, made our own shirts. We use special pens to sketch. They're just bits and pieces of writing. So this is actually mixed media paper. And I'm going to be doing just some practice sketching and stuff in it. Maybe while I'm out on like an artist date, because I want to start spending at least 1 hour or more a week writing, get out of this house and go writing. And that's one of the things I absolutely have to do for myself. It's going to be part of my self-care. And then this one is my sort of list. It's for different things that are going on. And like this one says, I will work from a cafe so I don't start doing laundry during the day. And the lady that I bought this from sent me this really pretty thank you card, and it had this wax stamp on it, so I put this on here. And then like this is things to let go of, and I have 18, so I need to write 2 more down. And this is things to embrace. And I wrote down 20 and then realized I had left an important one out, which was daily affirmations. So I added that one, so I have a bonus. And these are some of my personal things I want to do in 2020 or that I'm working on. I haven't put a whole lot in here yet. Like I'm doing the Finding 52 challenge with Amy Graham from the Badass Valkyrie. When I'm done with this video, I will put the link to her video about the Finding 52 challenge if you're interested in it. She has a video about it on YouTube. She's also got a Facebook group. And then I'm also, once again, participating in the Year of Use. Now, I am and am not doing the depth year. I'm doing my own kind of thing because last year I did quite a bit. So I am, in a way, doing the depth year again. But one of the things that I realized was I've been doing the use what you have kind of thing. And I was using that hashtag. But John called it the Year of Use, which is what it is. It's a year of using what you have. And I'm really focusing on that. Like I did get this, but it was for a specific purpose, and I used what I had when it came to this. One of my patrons sent me some inserts and a cloth tee-in, and I put this to use. She also sent me this folder. I made this out of Tomoe River paper, and that I had already. And this one was an A5 insert, and I cut it down. And I have some other inserts, and when I'm finished with some things, then I'll put them in here. Because I have some Strathmore paper and a few other things that have actually craft paper, and I'm actually in the process of making some inserts. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might collage something. I put these stickers on the front because I liked what they represented. And but one of the main reasons I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, we're going to talk about that as they sit here. I found myself over the past few years getting into, like, whenever I get in a slump or I felt really down on myself, when I'm comparing myself to others, or with the FOMO thing, fearing that I was like missing out on things, different things, like people would show videos of different things they're using. And sometimes in the very beginning of all this, I did a lot more DIYs. And then I saved up and saved up and saved up and saved up and got myself a jellyfish. Back then, David and I were just starting out. We had, like, both of us were starting over. And so it was a struggle in the very beginning. And I also had to have, like, surgery, and I had a hysterectomy. And then I also ended up going to physical therapy for my shoulders, so I didn't have to have surgery on those. And it was just really, the first few years of doing all this, it was really chaotic. And I was filled with a lot of self-doubt because it had been like 30 years since I'd done any like real art. So all that self-doubt, you know, and the comparison, which is really the thief of joy and creativity. But if you have been watching my channel for a long while, I mean, I've gone through phases. I still use my Prang watercolors. I also have Daniel Smith and Schminke watercolors, and I have some Holbein watercolors. For anniversary gifts, like several years in a row, David kept getting me he got me 2 of the smaller palettes of the Schminke, and then last year for our anniversary, he got me this bigger one, and I just put all of the Schminkes in here because I love this one. And I have another Schminke palette. It's just this, and it has a bunch of different kinds of watercolor in it. But I don't know if you're like me, let me know. But when you see people doing different things, how is my iPad working out for me? I'm still learning. I did make some art for Valentine's Day for PDF for my patrons. That was my first real attempt at using Procreate, you know, and doing the digital art. what I think I really want to do is make my art on paper and then either take a picture of it or scan it or whatever, and then maybe touch my art up a little. And so I've got to learn how to do all that. But as far as like different things, I'm actually using the iPad. I'm getting much more familiar with it. I'm one of those people that I have to really, I have to learn. You know, I'm a trial and error, hands-on kind of person. And excuse me, I have this week, today I have to go run some errands. So when my phone rings, depending on who it is, I might have to step out of the room for a minute. But I've got to go to the DMV, and I'm waiting on the guy. My husband got a new to him car. His dad went with us, and we found one for really cheap because David's truck needs work. My dad's engine went kapow, and our Trailblazer won't go into fourth gear. It wasn't going to third gear, but it's doing better now. Hopefully my cousin, he's coming back in a couple of weeks, and he'll let us know whether we have to actually get another engine for my dad's truck, and he's going to fix some of the stuff on the Trailblazer. But anyway, David had to have something to drive, and so he's got a 2005 Camry, and right now it's in the yard. I've got to go to the DMV and transfer the tags, but it was under $3,000, well under $3,000, and it's in really great condition. And it'd be right now. He's driven my car to work, unfortunately. You have a truck that won't go in reverse. Yeah, well, see, ours, we changed the transmission fluid and filter and gasket, and David checked the solenoids, but my cousin said it might be gooped up because it wouldn't go into third. Well, we put this Lucas stuff in there, did all that, put the Lucas stuff in there, and I've got to go put gas in it and drive it some more. But we've been driving it around the neighborhood, trying to get the Lucas to go in and work through there to get whatever it is that's gummed up in there out, because if that will fix it, then that's great. Unfortunately, if we don't fix it, we can't really get as much for it as what has been put into it. So, and that's the one I drive the most. Like, I drive my car on the weekends. Well, I was. And like, I use the SUV, the Trailblazer, to go get my mom and to go to the grocery store. And when I have the grandkids, you know, if me and my daughter and the kids are going somewhere or whatever, because it has more room. So anyway, it's been a struggle the last few years, and every time I've gotten to that place where, that's okay, every time I've gotten to that place where I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere, then the self-doubt kicks in. And when the self-doubt kicks in, thanks to anxiety and depression and stuff, I end up procrastinating or, you know, just making excuses. It's hard, and then actually, my cousin can do this, and we've got a place if my cousin can't. But we're gonna see, because I would rather. I'm pretty sure I'd rather spend the money if my cousin can't fix it. I'd rather spend the money in my dad's truck than in the SUV. But anyway, I found myself making excuses, and like the beginning of the year, Amy did this Finding 52 challenge, and I started it, but then I got really busy with house stuff and life stuff, and then I was sick with the flu, and then I was house stuff and life stuff, and trying to get caught up and trying to get better about doing videos here and different things like that. And I realized one of the reasons I've been so feeling, and it's easier to procrastinate and sometimes make excuses, is because all that self-care talk and what I wasn't following my own advice, number one. Number two, I was letting pain and my anxiety and the depression and different things like that become excuses for not taking better care of myself. Well, if I was in a lot of pain, then I'm just going to binge watch Netflix. But you know, the more a body in motion stays in motion. And over between grief and a lot of different things, you know, it was just a lot of different things. So over the past few weeks, especially when I had the flu, I started thinking about Amy's Finding 52 challenge, because I am 52 years old. I'll be 53 this summer. And I was thinking about self-care, and this I had started, I was going to do self-care in it. Yep. Or social media, and I wasn't quite sure. I'm going to put it back in the traveler's notebook it goes in, because I cannot find the clear on clear cover for it. But anyway, I was thinking, I've kept saying I was going to do it, and I did a little bit of it here and there, and I did a little bit of it. I got frustrated, and I took the Fitbit off and put my regular watch back on, and went, you know, the flu just kind of went. Then I realized, no more excuses, no more procrastinating. I'm going to do this Finding 52 challenge. Self-care and self-love. February is all about more, for me, February is more of about self-love, because somebody should be appreciating you and loving you and doing sweet things for you all year round. They shouldn't just do it on a holiday. David and I make Valentine's an extra day. It's just an extra day for us to cook dinner together, or to go out to dinner on a date, or to buy each other a little gift. Usually we don't do more than get a little candy or a coffee cup or maybe some flowers. We don't spend a bunch of money on Valentine's Day. The most money we spend on Valentine's Day is usually when we buy the steak and shrimp that we're going to grill. You know, I mean, that's Valentine's Day is one of those extra days that you get to appreciate the person that you love. Maybe later on, you know, like this is actually my Valentine's present. I got it for myself. And David got a new pair of jeans and a new shirt and a new wallet. That was, you know, but those were things that he needed. And one was something he wanted. Two of the things were things he needed, because he started a new job. And this was something I really wanted for myself. As soon as I saw it, and I'm not really usually a pink person, but this just shouted self-love, self-care, me, you know, and my personal private journaling. I really do need a place where I'm not focused on, oh my gosh, people all over social media are going to be seeing what I wrote. They're going to be, you know, zooming in, because some people watch these on really big screen TVs. You know, they're going to pause and read what I wrote in my journal. Not that I write anything really, you know, out there or anything, but sometimes when I'm depressed or when my anxiety's really kicked in and stuff, it, you know, it can be maybe triggering for somebody else. And I guess, you know, and people are nosy, and I'm a little bit, I'm not invasive with my nosiness, though. I like to see what other people are doing, but I don't ever pause the video to read what somebody has written. Unless it's something really big lettered where it's like a quote, then I might, you know, just because sometimes when people do these videos, they do them really fast and they'll read you the quote and you like have missed part of it. So I'll write like the name of the person who wrote the quote, you know, and then later on I'll go and look it up on Google. But sometimes I think we need to take a stand. We need to remind ourselves that we are just as important as the other people in our lives that we love and take care of, you know. And Amy's video series and started me on this, along with February and thinking about self-love and self-care, started me down this path of, hey, I can really do this. So it's one of the things I'm working on, and that's what this is really about. So every now and again I'll show you updates on things, but I won't be actually showing you, like I might show you some of the sketches and stuff like that, but I'm not going to be showing my journaling pages, because those are more like my private journaling. It's a bit of a cross between Dear Diary and morning pages or evening pages. It's actually a combination of all of that. Because I usually start it in the morning, and then midway through, like I'll write a little bit down, and then later in the evening I'll finish writing the pages. This is one of the first times I've done a coffee chat. It's been a while since I did a coffee chat like at this kind of time of day. but I thought it might be a good idea to do one at a different time because I don't often do them at this time. So, I might do, I think I'm going to do another video this week. I was going to do the assumptions of me, but people haven't really said what their assumptions of me are. So there's nothing to really do a video about for that one. But I might do an update on my bullet journal, or maybe do a journal with me. I haven't made up my mind. I'm still kind of thinking about the other video I want to do for this week for y'all. But I really wanted to get this out here. And the really nice lady that I bought this from, who sent me that really pretty thank you card, she actually subscribed to my YouTube channel. So if you're watching, you know who you are. Thank you very much. That was a lovely, lovely thank you card. And I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm really excited because I'm still kind of figuring out, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure something. I'm going to have a yearly insert with all the months of the year. And I might put pictures in it. I might doodle. I might do little watercolors like I did right here. Because my Monday starts right here. And this is week 1. Because this isn't really anything super private. This is week 1 from Finding 52. And that was sleep. That was the thing she wanted to cover in the first week. And she asked, are you getting enough sleep every night? And no, I'm not. But I drew that. Hey, Cheryl. And then, that was the morning part. This was the afternoon part. So I put good afternoon because this one, I think one of them somewhere says, anyway, I just wanted to be nice to myself. And, for breakfast, I was going to have a green smoothie. But I ended up making myself an onion bagel and put hummus on it. And then I had scrambled egg with some onions and spinach and little cherry tomatoes. And then as a snack later or for my lunch, that's when I actually did the green smoothie because my breakfast filled me up that I didn't have room for the green smoothie. So when you first started watching you, I assumed you were one of those braggy people that goes, oh my God, look at me. I'm working in 20 journals at the same time. The more I watched you, the more I liked you. Thank you. No, I like a lot of journals. And the problem with me is I'll start a bunch of different journals because I like to have things sort of compartmentalized. But the more that I do things, the more that I find that for a bunch of my stuff, I always end up putting it back in one journal. I end up sort of an omni-journal, but not quite. I haven't completely went back to an omni-journal. So we'll just go right here. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. I'm glad you don't think I'm a braggy person. Oh, I gotta finish filling that out. Like you can kind of change. You can kind of see the change in what I'm doing. Like sometimes I'm creative and sometimes I'm more just business. More, I really liked how that turned out. I wasn't sure. I'm an episode or 2 behind. Thanks, Jelena. I'm an episode or 2 behind with this. And I've got to watercolor some of this. But I do a lot of this after I do, this was the pictures where I cleaned my craft table. My grandchildren, they are so beautiful. I think I have the most beautiful grandchildren ever. I mean, I think they're just, they rock my world. They make me so very happy. Hello, Lisa. But you can tell, I haven't finished any of this. Last week got really busy because that's when my father-in-law picked us up and started taking us to go look for the car for David. And then we had to go back and we had to go get it. Hi. Oh, you got the notification way late. I'm sorry. Here's the deal. I will usually like let people know on the Journey with Burgess Facebook group sometimes that I'm going to go live. I try to do it like right before, because I have not yet figured out a way to set them up ahead of time. The few times I've tried to do it, it's never worked. So I'm not that technical. It just doesn't. Hey, Susanna, you're trying to get into the creative aspect of journaling. Every time I try to kind of recreate a spread, I like it. It looks like someone vomited on my journal page. Okay, you are not alone. You are you are not alone. I haven't finished. Okay, there was one page that oh, yeah. Let me see if I have it close by. Let's see. My bullet journal that I was using, y'all. Should I put it in here? Oh, I don't know what I've done with it. I'm in the process of cleaning everything. But I was trying to do crystals for Brandy for my setup for February. And when I tell you I messed it up so badly, I wanted to rip all of those pages out. So instead, I just completely left it alone and ended up going here because I had messed up things so badly that I didn't even want to work in it anymore. So I started a new journal, and when I'm not so and I just done the video about perfectionism. So you're not alone. And then so I ended up with this. And I like this because I just had the Hobonichi blank cut down to B6. So I had 2 of them ready. It's not ever a good thing when I have a blank journal sitting there. Because the moment I screw up really bad, that's exactly... And I screwed up right here. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this again. I'm just going to leave it. The hell with it. But... So I ended up doing February in here. And I had this cute little wreath with flowers right here. But then when Courtney did her thing, her collage for her patrons, I saw that. And I was like, okay. And I printed it on 68 GSM Tomoe River paper and glued it right in. You just got to find some kind of collage or something that you like, you know. Or what you could do is like what I've done in here. I've got this sketch, which is for practice. And I'm just going to practice in it. I'm going to try different things. Some I'll start with pencil. But the easiest way to do something is to start it with a pencil. It's to draw it with a pencil. Now, something like this, this kind of stuff, I don't draw with a pencil. But when I start doing the bigger stuff, whenever I start doing some of this stuff, I will draw with a pencil. Like I drew that with a pencil and I had to erase. Okay, I hope everybody didn't leave. Okay, I'm so sorry. That was my mother-in-law. I'm waiting on the guy to call me so I can meet him at the DMV so I can transfer the tags and everything. And my mother-in-law, I knew I had to answer that call. Okay. A Hobonichi. Okay. How do you put a Hobonichi A5 and TN without the cover ripping? You're having FOMO at the moment and you ordered an Erin Condren Petite Planner cover. Do you use the books that go with the Petite Planner, Lisa? FOMO. Oh, fear of missing out. Yes, thank you. You thought about getting one of those, but not sure how you'll like it. You want to get a Hobonichi for journaling. No, Brady, I wanted to carry on using the Hobonichi, but I'm missing my spreads. What kind of... Are you missing the Erin Condren? I did use Astrology last year and it worked great. It was expensive, so I'll be using it no matter what. I like Astrology B6, but crave the space of an A5. A5 is a little too much. B6 is a good size, but you need a space for personal work and uni study. I have a Hobonichi. I've used it, then I've not, then I've used it, then I've not. Same thing I do every year. So next year, I will be getting the Hobonichi with the calendar in the front and then the blank pages or whatever. I won't make the mistake of getting the regular Hobonichi cousin again. I will tell you, if you want to put, I have one, actually. Here, I'll show you. I don't have the Hobonichi in that kind of cover, but I have journals in a cover. So, this is a Chic Sparrow A5. And I have a Tomaway River notebook, the Breeze from Taroko Design in here. And then I have this, which is about the same size and same thickness and all of the Loistrin. Or so. It's an A5. And I'll show you what I do. So see this? I put one in the front. Oh, that was loud. I'm sorry. And I put one in the back. Now, the Hobonichi's thick and it will get thicker. So if you wanted to, what I would suggest is doing this with a Hobonichi. I'll get my Hobonichi out and show you. Yeah, that's the Hobonichi Techo A6. Yeah. I have that one too. Last year. I don't have that one this year. I bought a blank A6 Tomaway River notebook. I've had a couple of them and I'm using it. Okay, now let me find my Hobonichi cousin. Here it is. So if you really wanted to put it... Yes, Brandy, that's the folio I got from you. If you really wanted to, I'd take the second string, put the second string here. Hopefully yours won't have the knot. And the last string. And there you go. That way if you had like a thin insert, well, if you had like a thin insert, you could put it in the front. You know, like in this one, I got one of those yearly calendar things from Dollar Tree. And it's stuck in the front of this. And I use it because it has all the holidays in it. And what I was going to do is do like doctor's appointments and stuff. I really wish I could find this one in the A6 and the week's cover. I want this one in all, like every size. I even dyed the front of this one that I bought that had the regular brown pocket on it. I dyed it to pretty much to kind of match that. That's how much I love this one. Especially with the red stitching. Isn't it? It's just so gorgeous. But if you had like one of these kind of things, that way you could just throw it in the front. You know, or you could get an insert from like Paper Penguin Co. Or, you know, if you had a small insert that you wanted for a different purpose to go with your Hobonichi, like you were talking about for uni study or something. If you had a little A5 insert, you could throw it in the front. And you'd have room, see? But I will tell you, if you have too much stuff in it, it will start pulling at the binding. It will start pulling at the binding. So that's one of the reasons why I quit putting my Hobonichis in traveler's notebooks and started putting just inserts or thinner notebooks and started using folios. And of course for the thicker notebooks. But if you skip if you do every other string, and you don't put a lot of inserts in there, you can do it. Now, like in this one, I could actually put just the back piece in here and just put the Hobonichi this way, and then I could fit like a small insert in this one. So I love this. It's got to go back in here, but anyway, that's how I used to, because I was never really an insert person. I was a notebook person. But I've gotten to the point now where what would be about the Stalogy A5 half size. The half a year that's what about what this is too, the Taroko design, but this is 68 GSM Tomoe river paper. So but you could have a little notebook. Like I found A5 size notebooks, which is what this one was, at TJ Maxx for like $3.99. And they have some really cute notebooks. And this is actually pretty good paper. They just now, over the past like year or two, last year, they started, where I got to the point where I could find like dot grid notebooks. But because I used notebooks for so long, like I had, for a while in that other one, the one I just showed you, the big green one, I had a Leuchtturm and then another notebook in it for a good while. I'm like years and years late, I'm on the insert thing, because this is I've used some inserts in the B6, but mostly I've been a notebook person, and this is really, I'm just now doing the thinner notebooks or the inserts. You're trying to get back into using ruled journals. That way, if you see a cute one, you use it. I had quite a few of them, and I still have quite a few of them. And a lot of mine I've ended up using for morning pages, as well as my composition notebooks. But like, here's like where I had an Enigma cut up to make it B6 size. That's what's in here, is the Enigma. And I went to Staples and had it cut down. But I really just kind of do what I feel like doing, where I feel like, whatever journal I feel like doing it in now. I used to was like too strict and made all these rules for myself, you know, thinking maybe if I did that, then I'd do what I wanted myself to do. But the creative side comes out, and then it's just like, no. So, all right, here we go. So yeah, this is this week. You love your dot grid and a twisted version of a bullet journaling and planning. Hey, Hilma, I love dot grid. Bullet journaling is slowly but surely becoming my own whatever. This is today's part of today's page, but I wrote some stuff down. I've been trying to kind of get in the manifesting and my intentions. This was the stuff I just did for Patreon's coffee chat. These are my goals for this week. This is where I'm actually got my to-dos, and then that's my reading for this week. So this is kind of just, it's sort of I haven't finished stuff. it's sort of having a life of its own. I mean, I need to watercolor these. I'm doing what I feel like doing, whenever I feel like doing, wherever I feel like doing. The only thing that hasn't really changed is I'm actually, well, see this? I did Rose class and I had to leave early because my father-in-law came. And we spent 5 hours, I was gone. And then the next day, same thing. And then that night, it stormed so bad, our power was flickering, so I couldn't have done a video that night. Was able to film a little, but, yeah. So, mostly I think Friday night, that's when I kind of did some stuff, did this. Created and collaged the inserts to go in this. But this is it's all becoming sort of a life of its own. Alright, I still have to do a post. And after 6:30 this morning, I quit tracking my time, and now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Most of that was spent editing. So I think this is about when I quit editing. And then I went back to editing. That was lunch. And I think this is... And then we'll do this. So yeah. Do you, boo? You tried the regimented way, but let it organically fit into your own style. You have a lot of the great ideas for bullet journaling and use them all the time. Yeah. I do. That's what I've been doing. I mean, I tried really hard to do functional. Because in my brain, I was like, I forget things so easily. I get so distracted and have such a lack of focus because of ADHD. Maybe it would be better if I did more functional bullet journaling. But slowly but surely, this is becoming a sort of hybrid of the what I used to do for omni-journaling. This is 52 GSM Tomaway River paper, and it works the same for me on Astrology. I use mild liners, and I use mild liners, and I use the zigs. I started using these again. Mostly I use mild liners, and a lot of people said it bleeds through, but I don't know how hard they're pressing. Normally I use this tip on the mild liners, and I have the regular mild liners that have that. Okay. Yeah, the time tracking, that's the mild liners. That's these. And some of these. I've been using these a lot for this. You can tell where I stopped using the mild liners. But these are all mild liners, all this right here. And they don't, you can see the color through, but they're not bleeding through. Same, this did not work out. This running to-do list shit, that did not work out for me. You should make a video on journaling supplies. You could have gone with, oh, I definitely need to do that. Okay, on lunch you're headed to buy your Fitbit. Yay, I have the Fitbit. I don't even know. Blaze. I have the Fitbit Blaze. And look, I've already went 1,563 steps today. How about that? An omni-journal. Omni means all, anything, everything, a combination of things. I think so. I got this one on a really good sale, but I think because it tracks your sleep, and I actually need that for the doctor, and my heart rate. But they have less expensive. They have some Fitbits that aren't really expensive. So people, there was this, I heard Romney or Miss Vicky B say it the first time. And then this lady said it. I don't remember who had the first video about it. I don't know, but I remember hearing it from either Miss Vicky B or Romney. From Romney's Realm. And it made sense to me because, I mean, that's what I used to do in high school. But I don't now because I do more art, document my day kind of journaling. I actually don't like my to-dos. Like, I can add journaling later, like this kind of stuff, like notes and different things like that. You know, like if I'm doing things. But for my actual journal, I don't like to-dos. I like to journal. So, I quit doing the omni-journal the way that I was doing it. And I went to like trying to do Ryder Carroll's bullet journal method, trying to do bullet journal method like how some of the other people do it. And I love watching some of those videos. I like that, but bullet journal's not my only creative outlet. I just can't help but be creative in the bullet journal. I end up being creative no matter what I do in the bullet journal, but it's not my actual creative outlet. That would be stuff like this and like my journal where I write in and my sketchbook and stuff. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. You had a smartwatch and an old Fitbit, worth it for tracking and awareness. You have the Versa 2. $80 for an Inspire HR. Your Fitbit is Alta HR and tracks everything. Your Fitbit's great. You track both steps and sleep. Yeah, this one tracks steps. It tracks shit I don't even know. Oh, why aren't you working? Okay. Heart rate, 97. This 0.63 with the thing, I don't know what even what that means. I'm not quite sure what that is. No steps today. No like stairs. But I have went over right at almost 1,600 actual steps today. Yeah, I think they might have a sale going on for Valentine's Day. I think it was Romney that did a fantastic video about planners versus journals and making your own decision. Yeah, but somebody way, way back, it might have been that very first One Book July. Might have been the very first One Book July where I think it was Romney or Miss Vicky B that mentioned an omni-journal. But it's just a journal where you can put anything. Some people do commonplace journaling in it. Some people do bullet journaling in it. Some people do a combination of all different kinds of journaling, art, sketching. It's the same thing that people are calling a bullet journal. But a lot of people add more than that kind of just what people are thinking of as yippee-ki-yay, yeah. She was not the first person, though. She came later. Romney or Miss Vicky B said the word, and I don't know. It was before bullet journaling became, like, super, super big, too. Like, before Boho Berry and Plant-Based Bride and Amanda Rachel Lee and, you know, we're talking way back. And I think the One Book July, the first year was 2015, if I'm right. So, it almost 5 years ago. You went to the B6ology and love it so far, just making it mine and setting. Yeah, exactly. Whether you're using Tomaway River paper or Stology paper or whatever size or whatever, like Leuchtturm paper, or you could use sketchbook paper. You could use a composition notebook. You can use whatever you want. Like, I've had those, when I very first started, I had, They were these insert-like things from, I got some of them from Staples, some of them were Moleskine, some of them were an actual brand that makes Fabriano. That was that brand, and I got them. I didn't coin it. I got popular with it because I was making a lot of videos, but I love the omni-journal, and my bullet journal's turning back into an omni-journal. Yeah, same thing, Lisa. I mean, it's a journal. To me, it just, people like to put labels on things, and it helps people understand whatever it is you're doing. Like, to me, I've been bulleting my to-do list since I was in elementary school, where you do the little, where you do the little dot or the little, and you put a check through it when you start it, and you put an X through it when you're done. If it gets canceled, you just draw a line through it. And then one of those little pocket planners that you can get from like Dollar Tree. Well, back in the day, the school used to sell them, and it would go in my backpack with my little composition notebook, or my those steno pads with the spiral thing at the top. That's what or a legal pad. Those are what I used. Even when I was working in finance, I had a legal pad sitting on my desk, and pages were turned, and I had to-do list, and I did the same thing, and I had a big calendar on my desk that was huge, and I wrote stuff out on it. And that was how I planned. I've always been a to-do list and a calendar person. I'm still a to-do list and a calendar person. I have a calendar above my desk right over here. I have a calendar in the kitchen hung up by the fridge. I have to have a calendar. And I don't, but people like labels because it helps them figure stuff out, maybe, or because it helps put the tags in and the categories in for YouTube videos and on Pinterest and stuff. I mean, I don't think it matters what you call anything. To me, the Hobonichi is a great planner or a great journal, but if you're going to use it for a journal, I don't really see why you need the weekly part in it, which is why I'm great that they came out with the thing where you have the calendar and then the rest of the blank pages. But I could draw my own damn calendar. I don't know if I'll actually even get a Hobonichi next year because I made my own damn insert right here. So I might start using inserts for certain things. I mean, I've got traveler's notebooks that I don't really use much because I don't know. I mean, I fall in love, but at the same time, I do like having in like for my planner for like our home and our finances and stuff like that. I like having everything in the one thing for the whole year, which is why I do like the Hobonichi Cousin. But I don't actually need the weekly part. I need the calendar and then pages to make to-dos. You're not sure either, or your Omni is going strong. All right, Talisha. I thought, I think I haven't, yep, exactly. Okay, this Fitbit must be popular because my Best Buy is out of stock. Uh-oh. I use the weekly part of the Hobo Cousin to write my to-dos. What do you do on the daily pages, Adriana? You have tried to bullet journal, but just need to plan ahead. I like random lists, and I like to have speech to record the weather, my meals, and the word of the day, and my mood. Speech. Oh, space. Okay. Okay, so let's just go to a page where I have a bunch. Cause see, I don't really put our bills. See, I wrote Hulu, but I don't have the rest of them. You write what happened that day. I like having this because I can do everything. I don't have to worry about dates on the page or covering up a date. With the Hobonichi, I do it more for all the personal planning. Like, this is my personal journal. The Hobonichi Cousin is my personal planner. So anything that is more personal and stuff goes in there. Sometimes I switch it up. But Okay. Monday, I've got all the way. Tuesday, yeah, you can. The SUV, the fix did not work. This, you can see what I got done. And then I was researching the spoon theory because somebody had asked about that, had mentioned that in a comment on one of my videos. And I like the name that Courtney did, Journal Inkspiration. And I was like, I really like that. I need to come up with maybe a different name for myself. I don't know. Not my name, but like on social media. Like, because I want to do a website. It's not going to be right now, but I don't know if I still want my website to be Journey with Burgess. And BurgessTaylor.com is taken by this photographer in California. So anyway, like, this wasn't much because same thing. But then I have Sunday, and you can see. And then today started here and here, and it's still here. So I've got like 4 or 5 pages already for today. You use your Omni for dailies, notes, everything. Then I do use a personal rings now, just weekly and monthly appointments plus long-term stuff. However, your Omni journals are everything and go everywhere journal. I can throw this in my purse, and if I needed to, I could actually take the stuff out, put my driver's license and my cards in it, put my pen in it, and go. Now, this was the purple Malden that I dyed to be more of that cherry burgundy. I have to have, thank you, Brandy, Fallen in Love, and thank you, Bree, Documented Journey. I've like reds and burgundies and pinks. I've just like gone crazy. And this is our personal, more home stuff. This is my freedom to just create like collage pictures. The other one is more my sketchbook. I don't put collage and pictures and do that kind of stuff in the other one. I only do like sketching and watercoloring, pencil and pen and watercolor in that one. And this is the everything. So not only do I draw and watercolor, do collage, add stuff. This was a poem from Maya Angelou, which is where what I used for February. This right here, where I created this, it's actually part of a piece of a picture I cut off to add in, and I used it as part of the tab. You know? Now I have other ones in different colors, but you know, I have been switching things up, but this is probably the last one I'm gonna get unless I can find the A6 and the weeks in this. And I might start selling some stuff. If I find the weeks in this, I'm probably gonna sell the Chic Sparrow dark blue deluxe that I have for the weeks cover TN thing. It's like a folio / traveler's notebook. It's really pretty. And then I'm probably gonna sell this one, and I've got a few other, you know. But see, I don't really want. I'm really picky about what I buy now. I don't buy anything unless I know for sure, absolutely for sure, it's gonna bring me joy. Because I like this one, but this is not the color I really wanted. I wanted the red or the purple. So, and it's not, doesn't have the pockets. Now, I could put pockets in it because this one doesn't have pockets. But the fact that this one doesn't have pockets doesn't disappoint me. Whereas this one not having pockets, maybe it's because of the color, it does. This one, I think I paid $70 for it, but I probably would sell it for $40 or $50. If you wanted to include postage, $50. You know? But I mean, I like it, and it has been, you can tell it's been worn and used. That would come off. It's just, you just have to clean the leather. But you can tell, I mean, it's got little marks from writing. It's been well loved. I used it for a good long time, you know? But, I'd even send the dragonfly lady, the fairy lady with it. I think I paid, I think I paid 70 or 90 for it. Yeah, Jelena, just get in touch with me. I'll hold it. But it does still have some of the leather, but I bought it from the buy sell trade group, and when I bought it, I didn't realize I was paying more than I should have for it, because I think I paid more than that. I think the other one is the one I paid. If I actually paid what you probably would have paid for a deluxe, maybe, or maybe this is not that one. Anyway, I know they're selling for more money, but I just want to get some money back. I don't, I'm not going to be one of those people who tries to sell a chic sparrow or whatever for like $200. I've seen some of them for sale for $200. And I understand that some of them are like limited, but it's a piece of cowhide with some dye or whatever. I mean, I have given some away. I've sent people some, I mean, if I couldn't sell some of them, I'd probably send them to a friend of mine and see about making them into like some kind of pouch or something, it's leather. Now, there are some I'm precious with. You ended up giving your chic sparrow to your niece? Yeah. See? And maybe for some people, they might be like, oh my God, no, you did not just say that. It's a piece of cow. Yeah. If I were vegan, I wouldn't even have them. I mean, okay, that's cool, Jelena. I'll wait for you. But you know what I'm saying? It's not, to me, it's just not about what I put in them is really the most important thing to me. It's not this. But I have noticed if it doesn't bring me joy, then I don't need it. So I've quit buying them to buy them. I've quit buying them because I see other people using them and I like them. I've quit that. So, but I'm gonna go. I have to get ready to go to the DMV before they close. So, yeah, that's so FOMO is no longer going to be a part of my life for some of this. I have come to the hardcore realization that I, one, have taken myself and some of this other stuff so seriously. Well, it's cool looking. And, I mean, I like it. I just don't use it hardly. It was just had notebooks sitting in it that I wanted to use later. So that's where I'm at. And like, I know, like, if I were ever going to sell this one, I'd ask Brandy, because I bought it from Brandy on the buy sell trade group, if Brandy wanted it back, first. I do need to get, I've got some cleaner that I got from Chic Sparrow, and I need to go, that one is from the pen, but I need, that's dust from one of those pencil things, but that's where I'm at. I'll see y'all again soon. Thanks for being here, y'all. I had a blast, as always. I love doing the live chats where I get to actually talk to y'all. And if you're watching this in the replay, thank you so much for being here too. Bye, y'all.